Hello children, welcome back. I'm going to continue reading Billy the Bird, chapter 6. At breakfast I said to Dad, "Did you see that bit in last night's paper about the burglar?" "Yes," he said. "Well, our house is covered in ivy. He might climb up our walls next. He could easy. He's a cat burglar." Dad laughed. "Afraid he'll steal Lily Leaf?" he said. "I shouldn't worry too much about it, Mary, especially just now. With all my fairy lights, ours is the most brightly lit house in town, I should think. Anyone would be able to see a cat burglar climbing up our walls." He got up from the table. "I'll be a bit late back this evening," he said to Mum. "The usual Monday meeting of the Ways and Means Committee, and I'm the chair." When he'd gone off to work, I said to Mum, "What do people do at a meeting?" "Oh, they talk about things." "What are ways and means?" "Oh, how to do things." What did Dad mean? He's going to be in the chair. Do all the others have to stand up? "You and your endless questions, Mary," Mum said. "It means he's the chairman. He's in charge of the meeting." When I got back from school that Monday afternoon, I said to Lily Leaf, "We're going to have a meeting in the living room." And I went down the garden to fetch Mr. Keylock from the hutch and told him. "Eating, did you say?" he asked. "No," I said, "meeting." I came back and sat in Dad's big armchair. Billy was watching children's TV and Mum was busy in the kitchen. The guinea pig sat on my lap and the cat lay along the arm of the chair. "Right then," I said to them. "This is a meeting of the Ways and Means. I'm in the chair." "Any fool can see that," said Mr. Keylock in a grumpy voice. "But I haven't had my tea." "Ways and means of what?" Lily Leaf said. "Of protecting this house against the cat burglar." Mr. Keylock didn't exactly pick up his ears. He can't. But he said, "He doesn't nick guinea pigs, does he?" "No, nor cats. But he steals jewellery and stuff, and he does climb like a cat. Billy saw him. What I'm asking this committee is, how do we find ways and means of guarding against him? Mr. Keylock?" "No good asking me," said the guinea pig. "I sleep at night like all sensible creatures." "I don't," said Lily Leaf. "And I'm also more sensible than some I could mention. I can be on patrol outside." "But how would you give warning?" I said. "Make a terrible, horrible, awful row, I suppose," said Lily Leaf. "It's a pity that Billy only flies once a month. He'd be the ideal guard. Just imagine, that old burglar would have 40 fits if he suddenly saw Billy the Bird." Mum came in. "Tea's nearly ready," she said to me. "I wish mine was," squeaked Mr. Keylock. And to Billy she said, "Turn that thing off." "But it's my favourite programme," he said. "Well, turn it off as soon as it's over," she said. And to me, "Have you done your homework?" "No," I said. "We've been having a meeting. I'm in the chair." "You're a funny girl," said Mum. "You jabber away to those two animals as though they could understand what you mean. Tea in 10 minutes. And she went out of the room. Mr. Keylock sat up angry, chattering, and Lily Leaf began to purr loudly, and it was easy enough for me to understand what they meant. The guinea pig was annoyed because he hadn't had his tea, and the cat was amused because the guinea pig was annoyed. As for me, I was worried because the meeting of the Ways and Means Committee hadn't got us anywhere. "I'm worried," I said to Lily Leaf that night. She was lying on my bed, as she often did, before going downstairs and through the cat flap for a night's hunting. She got up and stretched and rubbed her furry face against mine, purring softly as if to say, "Don't worry, it may never happen." And in fact it didn't. Christmas came and went, and Dad took down the fairy lights, and the new year began. Perhaps the cat burglar burglar was too busy enjoying himself, thanks to all the valuable things he must have stolen. But there had been no more reports of thefts by the time the January full moon rose. Once again, Billy slept later than he had done in the summer and autumn full moons, and it was after midnight when Lily Leaf went psst in my ear before going off on patrol. "Listen, Billy," I said to him when I'd got him dressed up, ready for takeoff. "Fly along above as many streets in the town as you can, especially where there are houses with ivy or Virginia creeper on them, and see if you can spot that burglar again. Stealing things is wrong. He should be stopped." "What do I do if I see him?" Billy asked. "Make a terrible, horrible, awful row," I said, "to wake people up. But don't let them see you. Fly straight home." "Okay," said my little brother, grinning as I opened the window. "Watch out, burglar. Here comes Billy the bird." Thank you for listening, and come back again soon for Chapter 7.